It has long been believed that South Africa has the largest internet economy in Africa. However, just how much of a contribution it makes to the overall economy has never been quantified. An Internet Economic Impact study conducted by Worldwide Works has revealed that the internet economy contributes 2% to South Africa's gross domestic product. Moreover, this contribution is rising by around 0.1% a year, meaning it should reach 2.5% by 2016. The total spent by consumers, small and medium enterprises, and government on products and services via the internet, as well as on internet access and infrastructure, is 59 billion rand. The biggest contributor to this slice of the economy is not, as is often assumed, the investment made in fiber and other data infrastructure by the mobile networks. Although this comes to 13.5 billion rand, it is surpassed by the amount spent on internet presence and access at 29.2 billion rand. E-commerce is growing at a rate of around 30% a year, with the growth showing no signs of slowing down. The single biggest subsector in e-commerce is the airline industry, which has fully embraced e-ticketing and is rapidly migrating ticket sales online. In 2011, these sales came close to 9 billion rand. In comparison to these numbers, government spending on internet infrastructure and access is relatively low, coming in at a little more than 1 billion rand, although general ICT spending runs into several billion rand. According to SME Survey 2012, 410,000 SMEs in South Africa have a website, representing 63% of active, formal SMEs. Sectors with a particularly high likelihood of SMEs having a website include information technology, 89%, communications, 76%, and tourism, 77%. The research shows that SMEs with a website are far more likely to be highly profitable than those without. Of those with a website, 27% are strongly profitable, while only 11% of those without can claim the same. Only 5% of those with a website are running at a loss, while 16% of those without a website are in the red. The full impact of these websites on the economy is placed in perspective by the number of SMEs that would not have survived without a website. Approximately 150,000 SMEs in South Africa would not be able to survive without their web presence. With SMEs accounting for about 7.8 million jobs in South Africa, this means as many as 1.56 million jobs would be in jeopardy were it not for the internet. This is an indirect impact of the internet on the South African economy, but one that is as significant as the direct impact. The impact will increase significantly in the coming years. It will be fueled not only by growing awareness of the significance of the internet by both business and government, but also by rapid growth in the number of internet users. This will be stimulated partly by the smartphone explosion currently taking place in South Africa. Mobile networks report 63 million active accounts, making for cellular penetration of 126%, a consequence of widespread use of dual SIM cards. Worldwide Works research shows true individual penetration to be about 80%, with 40 million South Africans using phones. These users represent the future potential of internet growth in South Africa. Around 10 million phones are sold in South Africa every year, and it is expected that by 2013, smartphones will account for half of this number. Smartphone users, in turn, eventually become internet users, a trend that already began in South Africa in 2010. Prior to that, in 2008, the internet user base had already started growing at an accelerated pace due to falling wholesale bandwidth costs and the emergence of a new generation of internet service providers. However, according to the Digital Participation Curve, it takes up to 5 years before new internet users gain the confidence and experience in the medium to become active participants in the internet economy. Consequently, with the number of internet users having accelerated from 2008, the number of experienced users will begin accelerating in 2013 and will continue to do so for the following 5 years. The result is that an internet economy worth 59 billion rand in 2011 and making up 2% of the South African economy will grow to as much as 2.5% of the economy by 2016. This compares to the largest sector, currently finance, real estate and business services, which at 565 billion rand makes up 21.2% of GDP, and the manufacturing industry at 13.4%. The data also shows that the internet economy in 2011 was almost as large as the agricultural sector, which made up only 2.2% of GDP in the last quarter of 2011. Does this mean internet access has become as important as food? Hardly, but other comparisons reveal its growing significance as a contributor to the economy. Over time, it will begin approaching the size of the construction sector, an estimated 120 billion rand in 2011. Given the fact that, for most organizations, the internet functions as an enabling tool for communications, collaboration, and transactions, it could well be described as the quiet engine of the South African economy.